Hey Taurus, welcome to your energy check-in. I'm the Mediumistic Mama, and this is a timeless reading. So whenever you come across this video, there will be some information, confirmation within it for you. So while I was preparing for this reading, this card popped out, so I decided to start with that, okay? We do have the Nine of Wands, and I feel like there might be a real focus for you right now around boundaries and setting boundaries, maybe how to set boundaries, maybe starts and stops with boundaries, or feeling like there's some sort of failure when it comes to boundaries, or not being able to uphold them, or something like this whole world of boundaries, okay? And I'm getting to strongly that some of you, maybe not all, but some of you, and I feel like it's worth pointing out about boundaries, is that I feel like there's a belief in people that have difficulty upholding boundaries. I feel like there's a belief that if I tell people what the boundary is, then they will automatically, that's what boundaries are, and that's how you uphold them. You tell people, and then people end up crossing them, and then there's like this confusion about, well, I told you what the boundary was, like you didn't respect it, and that kind of thing. When really boundaries is more about what you're willing to deal with and what you're not, and the energy around that, like the energy you put out about that, instead of a declaration. Like, it can be a declaration as well, but there's something in your energy that upholds a boundary rather than words, okay? Because words are just words, and people say things all the time. And I feel like for a lot of you, trying to uphold boundaries in this way, in this verbal way, really isn't working for you, because there's like a deeper understanding of boundaries that wants to come in for you. There's another level that you can take boundaries to, the actual level that makes them be upheld, okay, or with other people at least. I feel like there's something else about this topic as well to bring up. I feel like you might be testing your strength around boundaries. You might be testing out different boundaries with people, or how to uphold them. But I feel like there's this real topic that either keeps coming up in your life, or is a topic right now that you're looking at maybe differently for the first time regarding boundaries and how to keep them. Okay, and this may have come after, because we have the Tower card, this may have come after maybe some type of big situation that happened, by feeling like your boundaries were being honored or respected. And I feel like that there might be, if you haven't experienced that, there might be something brewing. I feel like with this topic that there's such a there's a feeling of just being tired and upset and done with people taking advantages. I feel like you're feeling taken advantage of when people are overstepping these boundaries that you are wanting to uphold and keep in place. And I feel like there's something brewing. I feel like it's coming to a point where there's like a lot of frustration and maybe anger towards people that aren't noticing it. And there may be like this part of that, like you're like not feeling seen or heard or like understood, and it's almost like a feeling of well, if I have this boundary in place and people aren't accepting that or respecting or honoring that, I'm feeling walked on. I'm feeling that people don't care about my feelings and what I want and what I say is right for me or is right in the situation. And there feels like this trampled on kind of feeling. And I feel like that's what's building this tower too, because it's like it feels like this perfect storm is kind of happening with this in this direction. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Okay, let's see what else, not all of those. Let's see what else Spirit wants to add to this. Spirit, What can we expect for Taurus in this situation to happen next? Okay, Four of Pentacles. Okay, there might come a point then in this area where you are feeling like you feel like the situation around whatever these boundaries that you're looking at, whether it's a specific like group of people, or if it's a specific boundary that keeps getting crossed, like with multiple people, or if we're talking about like one kind of situation or one kind of relationship. But I feel like in whatever is going on for you around this, I feel like there is this feeling that there's just something missing. I just feel like there's this feeling that something's missing with the Four of Cups. And it's like, not only is it missing, it's like a missing piece to the puzzle. And it's almost like you've lost the puzzle piece, or you don't know where it is. And it's like trying to find this missing piece to this boundary situation. And you're like, if I could just find this missing piece and put it in, then my boundaries will be upheld by other people, okay? So we're looking for the missing piece. Let's see what cards want to come out about that. But usually that does correlate with emotional trauma from the past, usually from childhood. So if that is something that you are experiencing right now, doing some deeper like shadow work would be helpful for that. Let's see, let's just keep going here. Ooh. I'm going to take this one and not the rest. Okay, the Knight of Wands. Okay, so there's definitely, with this Knight of Wands, there's definitely this like kind of fiery passion about it that you are feeling. I felt that really with the Nine of Wands too. And with the Tower, really with all the cards, there's something brewing. Like I said, there's like this upset under the surface of almost like coming to this boiling point. And I feel like the transition that you might be going through during this time of looking at these boundaries and such is like you will start to gain some insight. You're going to start to gain with the Knight of Wands some maybe intuition about really what is happening. And actually that's piggybacking off what I said about the shadow work and finding out like the root cause, because I feel like what this card is saying is that there is some kind of transition happening. There is some kind of shifting of the perception around boundaries, because you're coming into, throughout this reading, you're like coming into more of a powerful place rather than this tower of like chaos, or the Nine of Wands of like trying to defend or uphold boundaries. Okay, so you're coming to a place where you are going to be able to start putting this together for yourself. You're going to be able to intuitively know what is coming between you and having these boundaries upheld, and being someone that has firm boundaries. Okay, so there is something shifting in the energy. There's something happening. Okay, so you may or may not be feeling that yet, but know that as you're looking at this topic, at this subject, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble talking today, that you will be gaining information, you'll be gaining knowledge, you'll be gaining in that direction of being more empowered around the boundaries. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. And it might take a Tower moment for it all kind of to come crumbling down, to clear the air, right? Because Towers, what is said in this Tower card, I'm really struggling today. It's like it wasn't built firmly, this tower. That's why it's coming crashing down, because it wasn't built in a firm manner. It wasn't, the structure is off somewhere, okay? So same with the boundaries. And it's like, you might need to have this tower moment where everything comes crashing down, and then you can see more clearly, because, you know, it's not like just trying to fix this thing and trying to fix that and, you know, putting tape up here. And it's like, it's like starting over. It's like everything crumbles down, so that once the air clears, you can see more clearly and have an understanding. Because I feel like there's a lot that's like building up under the surface around this, and building up and building and building, and it's not being released and it's not being expressed. So once this tower comes down, there'll be this like breath of fresh air, kind of, where you can be more in touch with what is going on, because all the stuff that's accumulated can actually be let go of. And then there's this clearing where you can see straight and you can see more clearly, to know what to put into place, to see what is missing, to see what puzzle piece is actually missing. And then you'll be able to bring yourself more together in that sound sort of way, and build something that will have these boundaries upheld. Okay, that's really good there. Let's see. Okay, let's see what's next then. Let's just get one more card here, see what's next, and then I think we're going to pull some Moonology cards, but let's see how this goes. Okay. All right, the High Priestess. Okay, definitely with the intuition, like I was saying, you're going to be getting some really deep understanding of why this keeps happening to you, if it does keep happening, or why there was trouble there in the first place. Okay, and let's see what else with this High Priestess. And okay, how I'm feeling about this High Priestess too is that you will be able to get to this place where your energy just exudes the boundaries. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example, but I'm sure there are some people you can think of in your life where you would never think to cross them, or never think to say anything like out of the box, or because it's just their energy. They hold themselves in a certain way that you know not to cross them, or you're going to have a battle, right? So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like you're going to be adopting this energy that's just going to emit from you, where whatever boundaries you want to put in place, they're going to be upheld because of how you're carrying yourself and how you believe that boundary shouldn't be crossed, or how you hold yourself. Like, it's in the energy, and the energy comes from how you feel and what you believe. So getting to the root and getting to the bottom of why this is a tough thing for you with boundaries is going to have you be more in that energy that contributes to someone that doesn't get walked on, stepped over, or ignored, not looked at, you know, not seen, not heard, that whole thing. Okay. All right, great. So that is really good. I like that for you, Taurus. Let's go ahead and see what Moonology wants to add to this reading. Okay, we have emotions are running high with super moon. Yes, that is exactly how I was feeling with these first few cards, and with the Tower card. It's like things are building up and we haven't had this release yet, and it's building, and you're holding on to the energy. And then like with any full moon, it's like a time to release, it's a time to let go, it's a time to start new, like letting go of everything. So you're kind of coming into this energy of letting that go and transitioning into this whole new type of energy. So good for you, Taurus, and keep up the good work. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe so we can see each other here more often. Thank you for being here. Bye now.